everyone, I'm Noreen and welcome to my kitchen, and today we're going to continue our bulk cooking, budget-friendly beef brisket journey, and we're going to make these. Our very own version of a Chicago hot beef, piled high with shredded brisket, onions, red bell peppers, and pickled vegetables and provolone cheese. Let's go see how this all comes together. Alright, we're going to get started with our Chicago style hot beef. Now I do want to preface this by saying that, no, we don't live in Chicago, but Rick grew up not far from there. We have had Chicago hot beef, authentic style, and usually it's made with very thinly sliced ribeye that is actually, a lot of the time it can be cooked directly in the broth, in the beef stock that we're going to cook ours in today. However, since we have leftover brisket, we're going to do our own version with what we have. So thus it is Chicago style hot beef, Noreen's kitchen way, and we're going to just use our brisket from our bulk cooking, and we're going to make a tasty lunch today. So what I have here is 2 cups of beef broth that I have enriched with a little bit of kitchen bouquet, and that is just like a browning sauce, and I love to use it in my gravy. I always have it in my kitchen. I'll leave a link down below to where you can have a look at it and understand more about what it is. I have a little over 2 cups of our brisket. Now, because it's still in big chunks, it wouldn't have fit in the jar, so we're going to use that. I have 1 medium-sized yellow onion that I have sliced. I have a small 8-ounce jar of roasted red peppers that I took out of the jar, I drained, and I cut in strips. I have about 3 cloves of minced garlic, and here I just have a teaspoon each of my Szechuan steak seasoning, which is this, my Szechuan steak rub. I love the combination of spices in here, so we're going to go with it. I also have a teaspoon of roasted garlic powder. And the last thing we have to add to the sandwich when we're building it is the giardiniera. If you're not familiar with giardiniera, it is pickled vegetables. Generally, it's cauliflower, celery, carrots, little pearl onions, strips of red pepper, and pepperoncini peppers, or banana peppers that are pickled. And this is absolutely divine. I absolutely love it. I just bought a jar at the grocery store because it was easy. So we're going to go over to the stove and we're going to get started on our Chicago hot beef. Alright, I've got my beef going because I wanted that fat to start to render, so it would give us some good base to start sauteing our onion. And I'm not going to saute these until they're soft. I'm just going to get them in here and into the party, and I'm going to help them to mingle with the beef and start to render some of their liquid and their juices so that everything is flavored nicely. Now, of course, anything that you see here that you don't enjoy, you can leave out. But typically a Chicago hot beef is going to have onions, peppers, and giardiniera. It's also going to have some provolone cheese on the top. And there's more than one way to make a Chicago hot beef from my understanding. When you go to those places, the authentic places in Chicago, they'll fix you up however you want. We're going to go ahead and hit this with our garlic and our seasoning. Just give that a good stir. Once we hit that with the broth, it's going to all mix in there a lot easier anyway. So let's hit that with the broth there. And for those of you who may not be familiar with the Chicago hot beef, you can get it wet, you can get it really wet, you can get it dry, or you can get it medium wet. And that means that if you want it light, medium, or really wet, then what you're going to do is you're going to dip your roll in the juice. And that is how you're gonna, some people really like it completely saturated, and some people don't. I kind of am in between. Because I do not like eating drippy things. Yeah. Especially if I'm gonna eat them with my hands. So when I'm eating a sandwich, I don't want it to drip all over the place. So I'm just gonna bring this up to a simmer, and that's it. Then we're gonna go ahead over to the counter, and we're gonna build our Chicago hot beef, and it's gonna be amazing. All right, we're ready to build our Chicago hot beef, Noreen's kitchen style. This morning I went ahead and I baked some Italian rolls and they came out beautiful. If you would like to know how I made these, I'll leave a link down below. Now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna dip our bread just like that, not too much. Rick likes it like medium. But we're gonna go ahead and pile this meat on here, and the onions, the roasted red peppers, and the brisket is just falling apart. It's absolutely gorgeous. Now I'm gonna hit this with some provolone, and we're gonna put some giardiniera on here. And that, my friends, is a beautiful Chicago hot beef, if I do say so myself. Couple of pepperoncini, and you're good to go. Our own version of a Chicago hot beef sandwich made with our leftover beef brisket, and I, for one, am excited to try it. I know Rick is, and I can't wait. So, you ready? Let's see. Let's get some onion, some beef, a little piece of that giardiniera, and that's a big mouthful. You ready?
Yep.
What do you think?
Wow.
Is it good? Yep, it's very good. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
So good.
We gotta go, Sanitas.
You heard him. So I hope that you enjoyed learning about how I'm gonna make a Chicago hot beef using the leftover brisket from our bulk cooking session earlier in the week. And I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please consider giving me a thumbs up. And if you're not already, please be sure to hit that subscribe button, because we love to have you here visiting us in our kitchen. And if you are already a subscriber, please hit the bell button so that you don't miss out the notifications that YouTube likes to send every time we upload a video. Because we don't want you to miss out on all the real food for real people, real easy recipes that we always present right here on our YouTube channel and straight from our kitchen. I hope you give this homemade version of Chicago hot beef a try, and I hope you love it. And until next time, I'll see ya.